All right, guys. So from 12:45 to 1:45 every day is going to be either history or science lessons. We're focusing on history right now. We're actually at the end of this week, we're going to switch from history to science. Okay, so this week we're working on history. Next week we're working on science. Now, your history and your science lessons are always going to be an asynchronous independent activity. However, there are going to be times where I'll go over the questions and I'll ask you guys to come back to do it with me. But for the most part, I need you guys to be able to do this independently. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that so that you guys know what to do for tomorrow, because you guys will do it tomorrow by yourself. So yesterday, you're supposed to work on lesson 1, and today you're supposed to work on lesson 2. So I'm going to go through both of those. Now, to get to history, what you'll do is you'll go to Google Classroom or to your Gmail account. You're going to see that waffle. You're going to scroll all the way down till you hit Savvis EasyBridge. That's the same place where we went for math. You'll log into your account. And remember, if for some reason it keeps signing you out, you'll just have to keep exiting out and logging back in. I know it's not very fun to do, but it's just a little hiccup in the website that we haven't been able to figure out yet. You can click on the Envision Math, and don't worry, it'll take you to the same place as your social studies lesson. Okay, once you're there, you will notice that you guys will have assignments here. Those are the assignments that you guys need to turn in. All right. However, to get to your book and your reading, you need to click on your social studies, CA History, Social Science, My World Interactive Grade 2. And it's going to be a picture of like this forest with these mountains and this river and people in boats. When you click on that picture, it's going to take you to each of the topics or each of the chapters for social studies. And you'll notice that in our schedule, it's going to say you are doing today chapter 2, lesson 2. We didn't review chapter 2, lesson 1, so we're going to do both of those today. So here we are on chapter 2, people, places, and nature. And we're going to review yesterday's work right now, okay? So I'm going to click on lesson 1. I'm going to click on your investigate student e-text, use maps to locate places. And let's go ahead and review.
Lesson 1. Use maps to locate places. Vocabulary: relative location, absolute location, town, legend, city, compass rose. Academic vocabulary: symbol. Unlock the big question. I will know how to use maps to locate places.
And we won't be doing our Jumpstart activity, and all of these vocabulary words, we're going to be defining them within your stories. You can also click on those words and it will give you the definitions.
Relative location. Go outside. What do you see? Everything is in a certain place or location. Relative location tells where something is by comparing it to something else. Words such as near, behind, and above tell where people, places, and things are located. 1. Reading check. Write a sentence using a relative location word to tell about the fence in the picture.
So let's go ahead and you have the notebook. You'll open up that notebook to tell about the fence in the picture. So it says, my home address is 30 Main Street, Fremont, California. I'm standing next to the flagpole. So we can say that the fence is in front of the school. So the fence is in front of the school and behind the students. Because all the students, they're all behind They're all behind the fence right now because they haven't gone inside of the school yet. I'm going to close it and it's going to save my work. Then I'm going to go to next. It's going to take me to my next page.
Absolute location. The exact spot where a place is located is its absolute location. It may include a place's house number, street, town, and state. A town is a small community. Imagine being invited to a friend's house. Your friend tells you the street address, so you know its absolute location. But how do you get there? You can use a map on the internet. Type in your address and your friend's address with an adult's help. Directions will pop up telling you how to get there. 2. Reading check. Look at the picture of the children going to school. Write the absolute location of this school.
So let's see if we can find that out. So it looks like this person's address is 30 Main Street, Fremont, California. And they live very close to the school because they go to school there. So it looks like the address is printed on the building 101 and it's on Main Street. And so the city must be Fremont and the state must also be California. So I'm going to write 101 Main Street, Fremont, California. Okay, 101 Main Street, Fremont, California. And CA stands for California. Now, if you need to pause the video and you need extra time to write this down, you can do so once I post it on YouTube. And the videos from math and ELA are already posted and they're in your weekly schedule. So if you click on your weekly schedule, you'll see all of the YouTube links for today's lessons. So today we had Tuesday YouTube video for ELA, our Tuesday YouTube video for math, and then you'll see it under here as soon as we're done recording it, and then I'll post it.
Map grid of a classroom. A map is a flat picture that shows where things are located. Maps help you find the relative and absolute location of things on the map. Some maps use lines called a grid. The lines divide the map into columns and rows to form boxes. Columns are labeled across the bottom with letters. Rows are labeled along the side with numbers. The box where a column and a row meet tells a place's location. So to find C1, look at column C, row 1. Mia's classroom. 3. Reading check. Highlight what is found in C1 on the map grid in yellow. Highlight what is found in B2 in pink.
So we aren't able to do that. We would have to download the activity. So let's just do it in class right now, okay? So columns are labeled across the bottom with letters. So here are the columns. This is column A. And if you guys have ever heard of like columns that hold up maybe houses or buildings or castles, columns go up and down. Okay, so think of columns as going up and down, and think of when you think of row, think of when you're rowing across the water. So if you know the song, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. When we think of rowing, and usually when you do that motion with your hand, you're going across this way. So think of columns as up and down, and then rows as going across, okay? So here it wants us to know what we found in C1. So C, this column would be C. So we're either gonna find the teacher desk, we're gonna find a blank space, or we're gonna find the library or the bookshelf. But it's telling us that it's gonna be in row 1. So this would be 1, this would be 2, this would be 3. So C1, we find the teacher's desk, okay? Now highlight what is found in B2 in pink. So we can't do that, so let's just talk about it. B2, so we know B, this is column A, this is column B. So either it's gonna be something empty, like a small group table, or empty. It says B2, so this would be row 1, row 2, row 3. So row 2, B2 would be our small group table. In A1, we have student tables, A2, student tables, and A3, we have 2 more student tables. B2, we have our small group table. C1, we have our teacher table, and in C3, we have our bookshelf.
Map grid of a school. Look at this map grid. The title tells what the map is about. This map shows some of the places inside Oak Park School. This map uses pictures to stand for real things. These small pictures are called symbols. The map key or legend shows the different symbols. It tells what each means. One symbol is a lunch tray. It stands for the school's lunchroom. Oak Park School. 4. Reading check. Look at the school map grid. Circle the title. Draw a line from each legend symbol to its location on the map.
And I just realized that some of you do have this book. So if you have your book, you can do this in your book. All right. So let me just show you guys as we talk about it. You can do it in your book. We're not going to download this PDF. So let's just talk about it. Look at this school map grid, circle the title. So the title would be Oak Park School. Oak Park School. So you would circle that. Draw a line from each legend symbol to its location on the map. Okay, so I'm going to do that and then I'm going to erase them afterwards so it doesn't get too confusing. All right, so we have the lunch room, the classroom over here, the nurse's office over here, and then the library is over here. All right, let's move on. Let's also find out where each thing is. So here, this would be column A. A1, it has the classroom. A2, it looks like it's just what's that called? The hallway. A3, it looks like maybe like a small group room, or maybe it's like another place that you can learn. Maybe it's a teacher's lounge. Who knows? B, column B. In B row 1, column B row 1, we have our lunchroom, another hallway, and then the library. Column C, row 1. It looks like we have like a kindergarten classroom. We have a hallway, and then the nurse's office.
Map grid of a city. This grid shows a city. A city is a very large community, much larger than a town. You can use this map to get around the city. A compass rose shows directions on the map. It is a directional indicator. That is because a compass rose uses letters to stand for the 4 main directions. These directions are north, south, east, and west. Our city. 5. Reading check. Main idea and details. Look at the map and use the compass rose and legend. Write S on a place that is south of the apartment. Circle the place that is west of the school. Draw a square around the place that is located in B3.
All right, so let's see. We know north, looking at it from this angle, north is up, west is to the left, east is to the right, and south is is down. So look at the map and use the compass rose and legend. Write S on a place that is south of the apartment. So where is the apartment? So I see apartment here because I'm using my legend. So here's the apartment. Now, south of the apartment, so going down would be the museum. So south of the apartment would be the museum. So I'm going to put an S there. Now, what's next? Circle the place that is west of the school. So let's find the school. So the school building would be this brown building, which is right here. So what would be west? West would be here to the left. So left of the school building would be the police station. So what did it tell me to do? It told me to circle the place that is west of the school. So I'm going to circle the police station. And then the last thing it tells me to do is to draw a square around a place that is located in B3. So let's see. B is right here and 3 is right here. So if I connect them, this is my B3. I'm going to draw a box, and right here I can see my little key for my legend. So that shows us that we're at the park. Good job, guys. All right, let's move on. Okay, now this is our lesson 1 check. Compare and contrast. Write how absolute and relative location are different. Talk about it with a partner. So if you're not sure, let's review the definitions of absolute and relative. So relative location tells where something is by comparing it to something else. An absolute location is the exact spot where a place is located. So let's go ahead and answer that question. Okay, so absolute location is exactly where something is. Relative location compares where something is to something that is near it. So for example, we would say, oh, my school is on 101 Main Street, Fremont, California. That would be absolute location. It's exactly where the school is. Relative location would be, oh, my school, it's right across the street from the Cerritos Library. Or it's right next to the park. Okay. Write about the location of where you live using words that show relative location. Okay, so I can say my home is across the street from a donut shop. Or if you live by other houses, you could say my house is next to my neighbor's house. Maybe you know your neighbor's name. So you can say my house is next to my neighbor, Uncle Tony's house. Find the map grid titled Our City. Point to the post office. Move east 1 square. What building is found there? So we're going to point to the post office and move east. So go to the post office right here and move east. So east would be to the right. So what is right of it? It would be the apartment. So I'm going to go down here, click notebook. I'm going to write the apartment. You can do a complete sentence if you'd like. Now you're going to notice that you aren't allowed to click next. What that means is there's no more that you need to do. So you're going to click the exit button. Once you click the exit button, it's going to take you back to lesson 1. You're going to do the lesson review. It's going to be that pointing finger up. Okay, instructions. Drag the pictures or sentences to the correct box. So here we have relative location and absolute location. So relative location would be like this bird is next to the tree. My dog is next to his doghouse. My friend lives near the park. Absolute location tells us exactly where something is. I live at 2223 Yuma Road. The bakery, it looks like it's on 55 Napa Street off of First Avenue. And then here it gives you the absolute location exactly of where you need to go to someone's house. It tells you turn left here. Helpful hint, the dog is next to the doghouse. The bird is above the trees. Check more work. And look, there is another page. So I'm going to click on page 2. Look at the instructions. Drag the icons to the correct location. A3. So here's A. Go to 3. That's going to be the Lincoln Memorial. So I'm going to put the Lincoln Memorial. Okay. B2 is the White House. B2 is the White House. So that must mean that E3 is the Capitol building. I'm going to check my answers and we got them all correct. And that was it. Now we have 2 check marks. We're done. We're going to click exit. Okay, now you guys should have done your chapter 2, lesson 1. If you click on home, you'll see all of the assignments that you need to complete. So here you had chapter 2, lesson 1. It looks like only 13 of you completed it. Now what we're gonna do is actually, let's go over the answers and then we'll go over to lesson 2. All right, so chapter 2, I'm gonna finish up lesson 1 and then we're gonna move on to chapter 2, guys, okay? Okay, a building's blank tells exactly where it is located on a map. So a building's absolute location tells exactly where it is located on a map. Which of the following describes absolute location? So 100 Main Street tells you exactly where it is. Which sentence is true about map symbols and legends? A symbol has many legends. A legend can have many symbols. Legends and symbols mean the same thing. A symbol tells where the legend is on a map. A symbol tells where the legend is. No, a legend tells where the symbol is. I believe it's going to be a legend can have many symbols. Which of the following sentences describes a building's relative location? The park is next to the school. And which direction points up on a compass rose? That would be north. Think of like the North Pole where Santa lives. He lives high up. And we got them all correct. All right, let's move on to lesson 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I'm in chapter 2 already, so now I'm just going to move on to lesson 2. All right, let's go ahead and do investigate. The student eats text, lands, earth's land, and water.
Lesson 2, Earth's Land and Water. Vocabulary: landform, ocean, continent, globe. Academic vocabulary: model. Unlock the big question. I will know how to identify different kinds of land and water. Jumpstart activity. Create a symbol for a mountain and a river.
So we can
talk about them with a partner.
So for a mountain, your symbol could be that. For a river, your symbol can be that. Let's move on to next.
Landforms. Earth has different shapes of land. Each shape is called a landform. A mountain is the highest kind of land. The Sierra Nevada is a mountain range in California. A hill is a raised area. It is not as high as a mountain. A low area of land between mountains is a valley, such as the Central Valley. Plains are flat areas of land. 1. Reading check. Highlight the word that names the highest kind of land in yellow. Highlight the word that names a low area of land between mountains in pink.
So the highest kind of land is going to be a mountain range. A mountain is the highest kind of land. So I'm going to highlight that yellow. The next one says, highlight the word that names a low area of land between mountains in pink. So a low area of land between mountains is a valley, such as the Central Valley. All right, and then you can just click save, exit out. Moving on.
Bodies of water. Earth's geography also includes many kinds of water. Each body of water has different features. An ocean is a large body of salt water. The Pacific Ocean is found along the coast of California. A river has fresh water. It is a long body of water that flows into another body of water. One river in California is the Sacramento River. A lake has land on all sides. It has fresh water like a river. Lake Tahoe is an example of a large, deep lake in California. 2. Reading check. Highlight the name of the ocean along California's coast in yellow. Highlight the name of a river in California in pink. Highlight the name of a California lake in green.
And then a lake in California would be Lake Tahoe is an example of a large, deep lake. So the Pacific Ocean is an ocean in California. The Sacramento River is a river in California, and Lake Tahoe is an example of a deep lake in California.
A map of North America. You live on the continent of North America. A continent is a large land area on Earth. The United States, Mexico, and Canada are countries in North America. Canada is north of the United States, while Mexico is south of it. Look at the map of some major landforms in North America. You can use a compass rose to find these landforms. The Appalachian Mountains are in the east. The Rocky Mountains are in the west. Quest connections. What kinds of land and bodies of water are there near where you live? Find the bodies of water on the map. The Atlantic Ocean lies on the east coast of North America. The Great Lakes are in the upper middle part of North America. They are near both the United States and Canada. The Rio Grande is a river in the southwest part of the United States. 3. Reading check. Main idea and details. Look at the map. Highlight the map title and the name United States in yellow. Highlight the Atlantic Ocean and the Mississippi River in pink. Highlight the Rocky Mountains in green.
So we're not going to be doing that because I don't want you to have to download the PDF. So let's just talk about it. So the title of the map is called North America. The United States is our country, and our country is this like goldish color. A part of our country is also Alaska, which is why it's that same color. We also have Hawaii, which you cannot see in this picture. It would be around here somewhere. Highlight the Atlantic Ocean and the Mississippi River in pink. So here's the Atlantic Ocean. Here's the Mississippi River right here. Highlight the Rocky Mountains in green. And here are those Rocky Mountains. They go from Canada all the way into the United States.
Earth's shape. A globe is a round model of Earth. You can spin it to see Earth's 5 oceans. They are the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and Southern Ocean. A globe shows the 7 continents. They are Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, and South America. 4. Reading check. Find the names of Earth's oceans in the paragraph you read. Highlight the names of the oceans in yellow. Highlight the name of the continent you live on in pink.
All right, so find the names of the Earth's ocean in the paragraph you read. So here we've got the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and the Southern Ocean. Let's underline that, okay? Highlight the names of the oceans in yellow. Okay, so I underlined them in yellow, but let's highlight them instead. All right. And then highlight the name of the continent you live on in pink. So the continent we live on is going to be this continent right here, which is going to be North America. We live in North America. This is South America. We live above it, which is why it's north. All right, let's do our lesson 2 check. Main idea and details. Identify landforms and bodies of water. Tell a partner about them. So landforms could be like mountains and valleys are landforms. Bodies of water are lakes, oceans, or rivers. Use the outline map of North America. Find countries, rivers, and oceans and mountain ranges in the Great Lakes. label them from memory. So we are not going to do that here, but we can talk about it. So countries, rivers, oceans, mountain ranges, and the Great Lakes. So this is the United States, the country. Here's Canada. Here's Mexico, okay? We have the Rocky Mountains here. The Great Lakes are up here. We have the Appalachian Mountains here. We have the Mississippi River, the Sierra Nevada, the Colorado River, the Rio Grande. We have the Atlantic Ocean over here, the Gulf of Mexico over here, and the Pacific Ocean over here. And then write the names of each type of land and water in your community from this list. Mountains, hills, valleys, plains, oceans, rivers, and lakes. So in our community, we don't have any, in Cerritos, there are no mountains. We do have some like small hills. We don't live in a valley. We don't live on a plain. We do live near the Pacific Ocean, and we don't really have any like rivers or lakes near us. So I guess the closest thing would be like maybe some of the mountains and the oceans that are near us, but we'll leave that blank. We'll leave that blank. So you can skip question number 7. If you want to discuss it with your family, you're more than welcome to do that. You can always check on maps to see what's near us. The last thing you are going to do before you take your quiz is going to be that lesson check. So you're going to find that finger pointing up right here, lesson review. Okay, a fresh body of water with land on all sides would be a lake. No, a river, a lake. A body of water that flows into another is a river. And a large body of salt water would be an ocean. Let's go on to the second one. Plains are flat lands. Valley are lands in between mountains. A mountain is a high area. And a continent is an area with like a large area of land, a large group of land mass in our world. All right, guys. The last thing you guys are going to do, and then after we do this quiz, I'm actually going to show you guys a short little video to help you guys with our chapter 2. So let's go ahead and assign your online lesson quiz. This is going to be under chapter 2, lesson 2. All right, let's go ahead and look at that. Okay, what is the tallest landform? That would be a mountain. How is a globe different from a map? A globe spins and shows the entire earth. A map is round. No. A globe is flat. No. A map is a model of earth that rotates. No. So C would be the best answer. Which ocean runs along California's coast? That would be the Pacific Ocean. Mountains are high and plains are low. Or mountains are high and valleys are low. Valleys would be low. In which direction do most mountain ranges in America run? I would say, ooh, that's a good question. What direction do most mountain ranges in America run? I mean, it looked like they were going north and south, but that could be wrong. So why don't we check to see what the answer is? Ready? Oh, we got it right. So the correct answer for question number 5 was north and south. It goes up and down. All right, guys. Before you guys work on that, let's go ahead and watch this quick little video for chapter 2.
How can we best describe California?
California looks like a sock and it's by the Pacific Ocean. In California, this it can be this kind of shape, and it's close to Arizona. And there's beaches. There's a beach in California.
In California, we have lots of landforms. So there's deserts, there's beaches, there's water, there is sand. We have lots of national parks and forests. It's beautiful. It's very beautiful.
Mountains look like with sometimes snow on it, and they're in a triangle shape.
A desert is kind of like a deserted land that there's not very many things there. A valley is a place with lots of grass and land.
In California, there's redwoods and they're really, really tall.
San Francisco and a lot of like Oakland and San Jose are big cities. California has a ton of different people from different countries or states.
People move to California for more room, or they want a new job, or because of the weather.
People might move to California because it's a bigger state and there might be more stores there. The capital of California is Sacramento.
All right. And then the last thing we're going to be looking at is our song.
We live in big cities and suburbs or towns. These places are different in their sights and their sounds. Big cities and small towns are found everywhere. A road or a highway will take you right there.
Awesome, guys. All right, that is it. Go ahead and get your work done.